This is getting absolutely crazy. One thing that just happened is that Elon Musk got sued over apparently insider trading with Dogecoin. Now at the same time, right now as we speak, everybody is rooting for Cardano to reach $1. Yes, $1 per ADA. And that's because the tech is there, the roadmap is there, the hype is there. So what are we waiting for? But even more crazy, and I need you guys to mentally prepare for this one, we've got a spearhead, a wonderful human being who used to work for a pretty corrupt agency. Yes, I'm talking about an ex-SEC lawyer. You know what he said? You know what he said? He said something pretty crazy, guys. But I think you're gonna like it. So watch this little video. And guys, make sure you press that like button.
I think, we filed amicus briefs in Ripple, Library, the Wahi insider trading case. We just filed one in support of Coinbase's writ. The Ripple case is a good example, by the way. You were saying, what can individual participants in this space do? It's not easy to do this, but in the Ripple case, I think it's been very effective that holders of the XRP token have tried to have their voice heard in that case. Because in every SEC case, you've got the SEC that purports to be looking out for investors' interests, and you've got the defendants who the SEC has accused of doing something wrong. What you don't have is actual representation by the investors. And in fact, the SEC discourages that and tries to keep people out of those cases. And there are ways to get your voice heard in those cases. It's not super easy, but it's also not impossible. So I would encourage people, if they are involved in the tokens that are at issue in a particular case, to look for a way to have the judge hear their voice directly.
And I think that social media is a big thing too. I think that regulators are looking at people's tweets and trying to understand the general community. So I would say that like the SEC comment letters and speaking up on social media, things that are important to people is looked at.
How meaningful is this Ripple decision, do you think, for the industry? Any of you can answer.
Well, I'll say, having seen how the SEC treats losses in other areas, the SEC will immediately say, well, that's limited to the facts in that case. So it's a one-off, has no relevance whatsoever. The rest of the world will have a different view. And obviously, I think it depends. I mean, the judge will, because it's on summary judgment, which means that the facts have been fully laid out for the judge. The judge will likely, the order will be detailed both factually and legally. And so I think there will be things in there that everyone will want to use. But the SEC's reaction will be, well, it's that token, that case, and shouldn't apply it elsewhere. I mean, Ripple just said they spent $200 million on their case, or they're going to spend that amount. I mean, who has the time or energy to do that sort of thing on a routine basis? But in terms of getting a clear answer, as a litigator, a person who sees the world through those eyes, I think that's the best way to get clarity here.
So one of the interesting things he says is what the SEC might do after they lose. Instead of getting full clarity for the entirety of crypto, they might just say like, hey, no, that was only for XRP, really. But at the end of the day, guys, the way we all see it, and even guys that have been at the SEC before, because the man was Nick Morgan, the former SEC senior trial counsel, applauded the support given by individual XRP token holders in this SEC lawsuit. He's applauding Ripple in many different ways. For example, by the fact that they're spending a good chunk of money to actually fight this, just going guns blazing and stuff. But mostly he's just been saying, hey, it's very smart the way the XRP community came to back up Ripple by saying we're not agreeing with this. So he's basically saying the SEC is going to throw some more shady tactics at us as crypto people, but for the Ripple part, he seems to be quite excited in a good way, and I always approve of that. Having said that, like I was talking about, when is Cardano finally going to be seeing $1? Now let me tell you guys something. I've been buying Cardano every single day for a little while right now because things are just lining up. The hype is there, like I said at the start. The roadmap has already been there for years and it's just continuing to keep going up in the sense of they keep adding to the roadmap that's also being followed quite properly. Some were annoyed about some of the delays there were, but I honestly think they're going at quite a rapid pace. And with the TVL, so with the Cardano DeFi ecosystem and the money locked up in there, the total value locked, increasing so dramatically, I personally think it's poised to exponentially increase over time. And with the idea that the big bull market is going to be hitting next year, I think the bull market has already started, but the big all-time high somewhere at the end of next year, I think the course for Cardano is just generally speaking upwards. Every single time I look at the numbers, and I've done this a lot recently here, there's just something in me that keeps saying Cardano as of this point is just extremely, extremely, extremely undervalued. Another interesting thing is how Cardano could also get another crazy pump if meme coin trading all of a sudden picks back up again. That's also something you guys should be watching out for. If meme coins go crazy, there's a good chance ADA will also have another spike. But generally speaking here, we're just going to have to wait for Bitcoin to make that move out of the zone, the boring zone we've been in for a little while, and talking about something that's not boring at all, Elon Musk and Dogecoin. It's wild. Elon Musk sued over insider trading with Dogecoin using publicity stunts. Apparently, Elon Musk's tweets often influence Dogecoin's price, but allegations from investors suggest that Musk traded around his social media activity. I'd personally like to state, I don't think Elon Musk cares about the couple $1 million he could have made with this entire scheme. They're calling it a $258 billion lawsuit, right? But I think for the most part, that's just because that's the amount of money that he's got. Because I can't imagine that Musk and his companies caused hundreds of billions of dollars in losses for Dogecoin holders. It just doesn't really make any sense in any way, shape, or form. Again, they're saying that some specific wallets are owned by Elon Musk. Specifically, the lawsuit claims to have tracked down a wallet address, DH5YA, whatever, allegedly belonging to Musk and became the largest single holder of Dogecoin by February 2021. Then the wallet sold millions of dollars worth of Dogecoin at multiple times throughout April of 2021, whilst this was again happening. But I think for the most part, it could have been an insider that knew Elon Musk was going to do this, or that pushed him to do this, or something along those lines. A key part of the lawsuit obviously is, again, the fact that they're looking at Dogecoin as an unregistered security. But the way I see this is just somebody trying to fetch another dollar. Nothing too spectacular, nothing too crazy, nothing too new. But this sparked again another question about free speech. Should somebody about an asset that is not controlled or owned specifically by anybody be able to make any remarks that they want about something because all Elon did was show some support for Dogecoin, a crypto created by the people, for the people? He posted some funny memes, he posted some funny pictures, and it's still holding up like $10 billion worth of market cap, even though it's down like 90% or so. But is that then bad? Should that be illegal? Where exactly do we draw that line? Again, if the SEC were to get involved, they'd probably say, well, we draw the line at the fact that you covered non-registered security and you're going to jail, you son of a... But it's not the SEC here, it's a class action lawsuit that I don't think is going to get too far. And we also talked before, right, about this, oh, Ripple spent $200 million fighting, yada, yada. Well, if there's anybody that's got a pretty big war chest to fight these legal battles, I'd say it's Elon Musk. So if there's one person in this world, there's actually a couple, but if there's a couple people, that I really would not want to get sued by or sue, Elon Musk is definitely up there because it's an uphill battle. And if you eventually have to pay for the legal fees because you goofed up, I'm not sure if that works the same way with class actions. Yeah, I don't want to pay his legal bill. I'm not sure if you guys understand why, but I wouldn't want to be that guy. Anyway, those were the craziest pieces that I found today in terms of crypto news. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure you press that like button. And always, guys, always, make sure you've got the notification bell on, because what if something crazy happens, you need to be notified.